What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick. Look how they massacred my shoulder charge. Kackis here. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to support the channel and let me know what you think my next intro should be. That comment section is absolutely wild. Alright, today we are going to be taking a look at 3 specific weapon perks that are on the verge of becoming the next meta choices potentially, and that is because of the massive changes coming to Destiny 2 with the arrival of the 30th anniversary update. That's because this update isn't just adding new content, it also includes a massive sandbox update, and importantly, it is completely overhauling the abilities regeneration environment within the game. So in general, abilities are going to recharge slower, some are doing less damage, some are getting substantially more powerful to account for this slower regen. Supers now have tier lists depending on how fast they recharge, all of that stuff. If you want to know absolutely everything, I've done a video on that, it's linked up above. However, of course, a lot of us who play the game, frankly too much, like myself, we saw these changes and we went, if these things are happening, there's some certain perks that are going to be benefiting from these changes. And it was actually confirmed in the Firing Range podcast that had 2 Bungie developers on that these perks are not being nerfed to account for these changes. So again, they will be getting outright better. How much better? We have to wait and see. But the first perk I wanted to talk about is the perk Thresh. Now, this is going to increase your super energy when you get a kill with a weapon that has Thresh. Now, why is this getting so much better? Well, specifically, it's from this part of the update. So, primary weapon play should have a noticeable benefit in super energy regeneration, saying specifically, with this new system, we are scaling energy gains up and down granularly based on the source of damage, both outgoing and incoming. Outgoing primary weapon damage has a significantly higher return of super energy per damage point than any other type of damage. So, as a result, if you want to get your super fast, you gotta be slaying out with a primary weapon. Now, what is a perk that is present on a lot of primary weapons? It's Thresh. And so therefore, logically, if you wanted to get the absolute fastest super energy gains, you'd be using a primary with Thresh for that extra super boost. So again, because of all this, primary weapons with Thresh should be going up in value, and specifically, I've got my eye on the fatebringer. Now, this is already a very meta and very good PvP hand cannon. However, it can actually get Thresh in the left slot. Like, you are never going to see this normally. Every other weapon pretty much has Thresh in the right slot, and that means you can have a roll, like you see here, with Thresh combined with Eye of the Storm for that dual winning advantage, or opening shot, right? An Adept Fatebringer with range increasing perks like Accurized Rounds, Adept Icarus for even more range and in-air accuracy, and opening shot is going to be an incredible PvP weapon. Can you slot in? Do you have room for Thresh in that left-hand slot to now significantly increase your super gains? Especially if Thresh provides a percentage. Let's say a random assigned number. You get 50 super energy per kill now with a primary, and then that's going up to 100. Well, if Thresh provides, let's say, a 50% bonus or a 20% bonus, if the base value is increasing, Thresh would be technically getting better as well because of that. So again, really excited for this perk to become a little bit more present on rolls. Now, moving on from there, the next perk I really want to look at is Demolitionist. This is one of my favorite PvE perks in the game, and it's one of the best PvE perks in the game in my opinion, but could we start seeing Demolitionist significantly more in PvP? Because what Demolitionist does is, well, 2 things. When you get a kill, you get a chunk of grenade energy back, and then when you throw your grenade, you're going to instantly refill your magazine. So here's the thing, Demolitionist right now seems to just give you a percent of your grenade back, which means it doesn't matter how slow your grenade recharge is, you're going to get the same chunk back every time you get a kill with Demolitionist. And we kind of can see that here. I'm using a Titan with pulse grenades. I have 50 discipline and my cooldown is 59 seconds. When I throw my grenade and then get a kill, I get a chunk of grenade back. When I switch here to actually stasis, specifically using the glacial grenade, I have a much slower recharge. I now only have 40 discipline and my recharge is a minute and 50 seconds. So almost an entire, minute more, basically doubled. But when I do that same thing, throw my grenade, get a kill, I get the same chunk back. And I've actually kind of isolated the screenshots here. You guys can see on screen right here, it is pretty much identical from the pulse grenade to the glacial grenade. After throwing it and getting that immediate kill, you get the same chunk, or at least so close of a chunk, it is virtually identical. And the point I'm making here and why this is important is because we saw how Bungie is balancing grenades. We have this example here where Flux Grenade is getting a significantly longer recharge rate, but is now capable of one-hit killing, which is insane. And then you also have other grenades here, like the Firebolt grenade, that are recharging a lot faster, but doing less damage. Now, if you get a chunk of Firebolt grenade that's doing barely any damage, that's okay, and that's kind of what we're dealing with right now. But if you're getting a 20%, 15% chunk of your one-shot kill grenade back, that is a big deal. That means after just a few kills with your primary weapon, you're basically going to have your grenade back and get another guaranteed kill if you can stick your opponent. But it's not just that, guys. Remember that light subclasses this year are being remade to match the layout of stasis subclasses. So you're going to be able to have your void subclass with fragments and aspects and stuff that can specifically boost your grenade. You're going to be able to put together a grenadier build way easier with this new layout. And so therefore, having these powerful weapons with Demolitionist, which is the exact perk you want for a grenadier build, could be, again, getting even more valuable. But moving on from there, the last perk that's really going up in value is actually Wellspring. Now, Wellspring is going to provide you with ability energy to whatever abilities are uncharged, and we can see that work right here. If I don't have my grenade, but I have every other ability, I get a kill, and I get a chunk of grenade. It seems pretty similar to Demolitionist, if not a little bit less. But if I have two abilities uncharged, let's say it's my, melee and grenade, I get a little chunk to both of them, and of course with all three uncharged, you can barely see the chunk go up, but I get some ability energy for all three of my abilities. Right now, this really isn't used, but in this new environment, right, with abilities getting significantly more powerful, but recharging significantly slower, so a boost to their charge is more valuable than ever, could we see Wellspring go up in value? Well, I think it's actually quite possible because Wellspring just provides such great neutral game advantage in the sense that you're just getting kills. As long as you can get kills with whatever weapon has Wellspring, you are just always getting ability energy back because it's very rare that you have all of your abilities recharged. Like, you're likely going to throw your grenade, and then if you have your grenade, you maybe use your class ability, etc. Whereas Demolitionist, there's times you're saving your grenade, so you definitely might be getting some kills and wasting that grenade energy. Wellspring, it's a lot less likely that that's going to happen, and the same thing is present, that same argument I made with Demolitionist in that it just provides the same chunk pretty much regardless of what ability you have. I think that's true for Wellspring as well. So even with the slower recharging abilities, with the flux grenades of the world, you should still be getting that same chunk from Wellspring. Again, on firing range, they said they're not changing these perks, and so therefore just constantly getting more of your abilities, all your abilities, than people who are not using this perk. That is definitely more valuable than ever. Even just on something like, hey, Hunter Dodge. Hunter Dodge is getting nerfed. It's going to recharge slower. If you have Wellspring, you can basically start to match the cooldowns of right now. You're going to be able to use your dodge significantly more often than someone who doesn't have it. Now, the downside to Wellspring and all of the perks I talked about today is that they have to be used over other great perks. Like, are you going to use Wellspring or Demo or Thresh over Kill Clip, for example? Well, for some weapons, probably not. But for other weapons, like the fatebringer I showed, the fatebringer and 140 hand cannons with Kill Clip, they don't actually get that much of advantage. They don't kill one shot sooner. The only thing that changes is that you can mix in one more body shot. So with those type of weapons, can you sacrifice the Kill Clip for one of the 3 perks I talked about today for just a great neutral game benefit for those abilities significantly more often? I really do think you're going to see people making that decision and using these weapons with these perks more often in the upcoming meta. And so guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at @RickKackis. That's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.